Good morning, students. Welcome to your online mathematics class. So as we were studying step deviation method, and I had already solved first question in the class by direct method, so I'm starting with the next question by next method. Alright, so in this it is saying, you can clearly see the question. So let me take the pen. So it says, question number 2, consider the following distribution of daily wages of 50 workers of a factory. So you can see the data is clearly given to us. Okay, on today's 20th/7/2022. Okay, so now question is saying, find the mean daily wages of the workers of the factory by using an appropriate method. So as I told in class, students, we can find mean by different methods. One is direct method, the other one is assume mean method, and then you have step deviation. So I'm doing this question was step deviation method. So what do we do first? We have written this table in this form, you can clearly see. Okay, so we are finding first class mark. So how do you find class mark? Upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. Okay, so I already explained this in class, so you can check this. 100 plus 120. See, 100 students plus 120. Okay, it is equal to 220. 220 divided by 2 is 110. So this is the first value of xi. Can you see clearly? Xi. Okay, so you don't have to calculate all, so you can write all these at the gap of 20. Okay, at 20, so we'll get xi, then next 20, then next 20, then next 20. Okay, so I told how do you do this. Okay, have you followed this? Okay, how are we calculating xi? Add upper limit, lower limit, divide by 2. So instead of calculating all of these, just see the difference between the upper limit and lower limit and write the add that gap in this value. So you can see the differences of 20. So you add in this xi, you add 20. So 110 plus 20 gives me next value 130. 130 plus 20 gives me next value, that is 150. 150 plus 20 gives me next value, that is 170 and 190. Okay, then you can see the class size. Okay, so what is the class size? This difference you can see, 120 minus 100 will give me 20. So this is the class size. Okay, then taking 150 as you been. Okay, we're taking this here. Okay, we're taking this 150. See clearly in the figure I have written 150. Okay, you got clearly see that is an assume mean. Okay, so our assume mean is 150. Okay, so how to take this value of assume mean? You can take always the center value. So there are two values above and two values below. Okay, so we are taking 150 as the assume. So di is equal to xi, di is equal to xi minus a. So xi minus 150. Okay, so that is why I have written. So what is the value first? 110 minus 150 will give me minus 40. 130 minus 150 will give me minus 20. 150 minus 150 is 0. 170 minus 150. Okay, 170 minus 150 is 20. 190 minus 150 is 40. So in this way we have got these values. Okay, students. Now next is ui. How to calculate ui? I have clearly written in the table. I'm writing again. Ui is equal to di upon 20. So what is the value of di? Di we have calculated by xi minus a. You can clearly see these values, and ui is equal to di divided by 20. So 40 minus 40 divided by 20 will give me minus 2. Minus 20 divided by 20 will give me minus 1. Similarly, 20 divided by 21 and 40 divided by 20 is 2. Now see the next one. The value heading is fi ui. So fi multiplied by ui. So where is fi? These values are all fi, students, frequencies. Can you see clearly? So these values, 12 multiplied by minus 2 is minus 24. 14 multiplied by minus 1, minus 14. 8 into 0 will give me 8. Are you following? This value multiplied by this value ui. Okay, 14 multiplied by minus 1. 18 multiplied by 0 is 0. 6 into 1 is 6, so that is our 6. 10 into 2 is equal to 20, so that is it. And then summation, add this 26 and this is 38, so you are getting minus 12. Okay, students, I hope you have followed how to calculate these values. Simple, nothing difficult. Okay, so let me proceed to the next slide. Okay, so summation f means, students, I had told already sum. Okay, if you remember, so summation f, this is 50, you can clearly see. Okay, then you have FIUI is minus 12, you can clearly see here FIUI is minus 12. Okay, so let me change the ink so it will be easy for you to differentiate. So all this we have already calculated. Okay, nothing difficult, we already calculated these values. Okay, so f sigma fi is 50, sigma fiui is minus 12. So what is the formula? Mean is equal to a plus summation fiui upon summation fi into h. So this is a is assumed mean, a is your assumed mean, students. Okay, so that is what we have taken, assumed mean. So that was 150. Summation fiui, you can clearly see we calculated minus 12. Summation fi is 50. We substitute the values here. Okay, which is equal to that 150 plus minus 12 upon 50, right, students, into 20. So solve this will be 150. Okay, so 20 and 20 with this 0 and 0 is cancelled from here, students. Alright, so 24 divided by 5, you can clearly see minus 24 divided by 5, so which is equal to 150 minus 4.8. Subtract this, so you will be getting 145.2. Okay, so I hope students have followed. So therefore the mean daily wage of the workers of the factory is rupees 145.20. Okay, so rupees 145.20. So just repeat this question again without seeing the solution, understand it carefully. In case there is anything which is not clear, let me know, and then we'll proceed with next question. So for your homework, students, you can try next 2-3 questions. Okay, then I'll tell by other method also, assume mean method also I'll explain, then we can solve other questions also. So study well and all the best.